In this box is a boost kit for the Fanatec CSL DD and the GT Pro that I have right here. Now you're probably thinking, what's so special about that box? Because you can get it from the Fanatec website, can't you? For 150 euros, give or take. Now this one here cost me a fraction of the price. It's cost me a fifth of the price. But I don't know if it will work. I don't know if it's any good. And frankly, I don't know what the build quality is like. So this video here is going to be me testing out this £30 power supply that I've got from AliExpress and seeing if it actually does work with Fanatec. We're going to have a look at it. Now, in the description down below, you are going to find an affiliate link for Fanatec where you can get the official product, and I would recommend you getting the official one from Fanatec because it's official. But I'm also going to put a link down below where you can get this from AliExpress. Now stay tuned to the end of the video. We're going to see if it works, how it connects up and all that sort of stuff. So let's have a look at opening this box. Now the box itself, plain brown box, it came with some plastic wrapping above it, but I haven't opened this yet. Now it does come from China, but this one here was delivered from China to the UK and delivered by Royal Mail. Delivery was actually quite quick. It took me about 7 days, give or take, to get this delivered from ordering to arriving in my hands. But box, plain brown box, nothing to it. And when you open it, there's no tape on it actually, so you don't need any special cutting things like they do on other channels. You're going to be greeted with this. Inside, you've got a cable, your standard PC cable, and you're going to have a power brick. That's all in there. Now if you are still here and you're still watching, as Mr. Who's the Boss will say, a subscribe to this channel will be a boost. I don't know, it just sounds funny. Well, is it funny? I don't even know. You tell me, is it funny in the comments? Now looking at this power supply straight away, it is literally just a black thing with what looks like is a connector to the Fanatec. I'm going to take this one out just to have a comparison here. Can't really see it from there. Just about see it from there. The one Fanatec issues is completely black. The one with this one, you got a white end. Now the connector, looking at it, is exactly the same, the connector. So in theory, it will work. Now, is it going to recognise it as a boost kit and going to give you the 8 Newton meters of force? We don't know. We're going to check that out in just a second once I plug it in. But on the back, it literally just says who it's manufactured by. It says Linkoya, not sure. It's a brand, and I got it from their shop on AliExpress. It's got the model number, and it says the output is 180 watts, and I think that is what makes it a boost kit. Now, I have done a lot of research. I have looked around. I have looked to see if it's going to burn the wheelbase. And from what I've done a lot of research. We'll show you some of the reviews that have been left on the product page, and also I've also looked on Reddit. And from what I understand, if you have a worry of this delivering too much power to the wheelbase, it shouldn't do, because the wheelbase will determine the amount of power that it draws through to the base from the power supply. So that shouldn't be, in theory, an issue. Now before we plug it in, we're going to have a look at the different websites. So obviously you can get the Fanatec Boost Kit from their website for $149.95 plus shipping and tax if applicable, so whatever it's going to be. But that's the power supply, and looking at it, it doesn't look very different. I mean, the main noticeable difference I can see is this is ridged and the Fanatec one is smooth. Again, this section here is different on the Fanatec, not massively, slightly different. And on the other end, yep, you've just got the bit here which is black on the official one. Now what that does is it will give you a maximum torque, so it will take it from 5 Newton meters to 8 Newton meters. It's an instant upgrade, so it's literally a plug and play. And that's basically it for £149.95. The one I got currently is at £25.89. Obviously you need to add your taxes onto that. Delivery I think was free, and you can select what plug you want. So you can select a US plug, EU, UK or Australia, and it basically is exactly the same product. Well, the same, we'll say, to an extent. Now what I always do is I always look at reviews, and there's 2 1-star reviews, so I always like to look at those ones wherever possible. So I'm going to sort by latest, and all the latest ones seem to be 5-star. So when I was looking through that, I'm thinking, doesn't look too bad. Works out of 10. I've already tried it and lasts very long sessions, and doesn't not even overheat. The base detects it as the original for €35. Significant saving. It was delivered very fast. Received quickly in 10 days. Cannot yet tried. So someone's not tried it, but they're giving it 5-star. Okay, that's a bit of a weird one. Wouldn't trust that one. Arrived in 6 days. The product was sturdy and worked properly. Quick shipping, and so on and so on. You can see from what on there, all the things look pretty legit. It looks like loads of people are giving it 5 stars. I can't seem to find the 1-star, so I'm going to quickly just go through because I want to see what people are saying with the 1-star. Alright, so we've got a 3-star here. Respected by so someone's just said good. I'm assuming that's in Portuguese, and they've replied back. And here we go. Shipping was very fast. However, when the product arrived, a pin was bent so that the plug could not be plugged in. The pin was carefully bent back. Now everything works. So even the 2-star one looks like it's not a really bad review. And looking at the pins, which is what that is, these all look okay to me. But we'll test that when I plug it in. So that is it there. I'll put a link down below so you can get to this page here. And also, if you've never used AliExpress before, you should be able to get a first time ordering discount, so that might even come up. And as you can see, there's an anniversary sale going on, so it's going to be even cheaper. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to plug this in, and then I'm going to test it. And once it's plugged in, I am going to not open it until we're back with you. So hang on there. I'm going to plug this in, and I'll be with you shortly. So here we are. We're about to press the open button on the Fanatec control panel and see what happens once we press this. So as you can see, it's on my other screen. Here we go. It's saying new firmware available, so I will need to check that out. But once I click wheelbase, it now says Boost Kit 180. So there you have it. It's picked it up. Haven't tested it. Let's do a force feedback test. Seems to work. And I'm going to go and open up Gran Turismo to see if there is a notable difference in the wheelbases. So here we are on Gran Turismo 7. I'm just going to go into a daily race because I know I've set a time. I know what I couldn't expect from this car on this track, and also it'll be interesting to see, will there be an improvement in time, but also will I notice any difference in the feedback that I get from the actual wheel itself. So we're going to go in. Right, so here we are on track. Wow, I definitely feel a lot more resistance coming through the wheel. And when I say a lot, it's quite noticeable that I'm actually having to fight the car through the corners. Yeah, definitely a lot more feedback. The strength is definitely there. And even as I'm going through this little right-hander, I can definitely put it pulling. But what I can feel is I can feel a lot more little nuances through the actual corner. And that, I managed to catch the car as well. Yeah, definitely can feel the tyres gripping up a lot more. A lot more of the finer details. Now, from my point of view, I'm finding that that's a lot of energy that's being needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the force feedback torque, and I'm actually going to bring this down because I don't want to break my wrists. So we're going to bring it to about 6, and the sensitivity we're going to put that to 10. So hopefully I'm going to feel a lot more stuff. Actually, what we'll do is I will go to 9 because that's what I had it on before. And we're going to... Now that feels a bit lighter already. That's just driver error. Right, going again. Let's see if we can set a lap time now. Turning that down has definitely helped. But you can definitely feel there's a lot more pull through the corners, which is a nice pull. It's not something that's overpowering. It's actually quite nice. As you can see there, I've already broken my time on the first proper lap of attempting. Now I know I still can go quicker. Definitely just feel the car connecting a little bit more with the wheel. What we'll do as well, we will check this as well with the old power supply, just to do a more accurate test. I made a massive mistake there, but as you can see, I've managed to hold and control the car a little better. That will normally be a spin out there. But as you can see, I can feel already a little bit more comfortable just getting on the power because I'm feeling more through the actual wheel. With this power supply than I was before, so I'm able to get on the power just a little bit quicker. Right, we'll leave it there with that power supply. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out this new power supply and plug in the old power supply, and I'm going to see if I can feel any differences since I've done about 2 and a bit, 3 laps, whatever it is. Right, so here we are. What I'm going to do before we start is I'm going to put it back to my old settings, which is the feedback to 9, because that's what I used to drive it on. And we did try before, but it was too powerful. So let's see if I can notice any differences. And one thing I can already notice straight away is the car does not feel connected through that corner. It feels very light and very loose. Whereas with the other kit, I was actually feeling a lot more feedback through that corner. This one felt very light, which is what I'm used to. Don't get me wrong, but it is already a big difference. Like here, nothing at all. I am not feeling anything through the wheel. Even though I'm going quicker, it is probably just a bit more muscle memory, so we can tune it out of the other one. I'm just not feeling anything there. Yeah, the car just feels a lot lighter. It feels like it's not as connected to the road. I'm getting some feeling through. Yeah, the car just does not feel like it's connected at all. Yeah, catching those slides are a bit more of an issue as well. That felt like I had not as much control over the car. But yeah, definitely here. This feels very, very light. Very light, that's almost like there's nothing through. So as you can see, the lap time is very identical between the two. Not much in it, but there's a lot of nuances that I can feel that are very different between the two power supplies. But I'm going to do one more, swap it back around and see if I can find a little bit of a difference again. Right, but here we go, the last attempt with exactly the same settings, power up on max with the boost kit. As you can see, I could definitely feel so much more through that corner. The car does not feel light at all, it actually feels quite heavy. A little bit like a race car. I mean, the last time I felt a car this heavy was at Donington in a single seater, and this does feel a lot more connected. I can definitely get on a lot quicker because I now can feel more confidence in the car. Look at the time I gained there. The because I know if I push, I'm going to feel a little bit more of the back end and the tyres gripping up. What it does do is it does mean some more of a workout. But yeah, it's a lot more of a workout than it was before. And you can just feel it kick in and punch. So much more planted there, and look at the time we've gained just in that lap alone. But let's go into our final remark here as I've taken the headphones off, and we're going to just have a quick run through. Now, as I said before, I don't know if I trust this power supply in the long term. I don't know if it will work in the long term. It doesn't have a warranty, so what I would recommend is, yes, a boost kit makes a massive difference. I mean, I could feel so much more of the car, as you can see from the smile on my face. It made it so much more enjoyable, but you do have that to factor in. Yes, you can get this power brick here, as you can see, for a fraction of the price of what you would get it from Fanatec. Yes, it will arrive and it will work. It will be plug and play, but I don't know the long term, and we can only go by reviews. The reviews seem to be fine. I would recommend getting it from Fanatec because you do have Fanatec warranty and you do have extra support there if it did cause any issues. But in terms of the actual gameplay, it actually works just as well as I presume the official Fanatec will do. It's basically unlocking the 8 Newton meters that's in this base, and the base is not going to be any different regardless of that supply or the other supply. So yeah, that felt incredible. You can feel so much more through the corners. On the straight you can feel a lot more as well. The car, like the GT4s with the 5 Newton meters, you pretty much not have to do anything on the straight. With this one, you are noticing that the car is turning and there is forces through the tires. So yeah, it does work. In the description down below, I'm going to have 2 links. I'm going to have my Fanatec affiliate link, which is the one I would recommend because you do have that warranty. And if anything does go wrong, you can contact Fanatec and say, look, this has gone wrong, can you sort it for me? And they will. I'll also put an AliExpress link, because if you do want to get it for the knockdown price and you're not fussed about the warranty, it is at your own risk. I am not saying under any circumstance do that, because it is at your own risk. But that link will be there, and both of those will give the channel a bit of support. So if you do fancy getting one of those, definitely use one of the links. Tell me in the comments what you think of that Link power supply. And don't forget, if you have come here, if you have enjoyed the video, do go ahead, hit the like button, tell me in the comments what you think. And also remember, it'll be a massive boost if you subscribe to the channel. I've been Chunky, and I'll catch you on the next video. Chunky out.